Here's the Bible verse. Neither the liars,
You're not
nor the
taking
sinners,
Virginia right now.
nor the sexually immoral shall enter the kingdom of heaven. But
You
they shall
wanna
be
do
cast into the outer darkness, where there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
We're going with that.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
Bad vibe for
Revelation, Revelation 21:8, 21:8.
Remember that? Isn't that also from like Ephesians 2?
That's throughout the entire Bible.
No, is it Ephesians?
No! Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ephesians chapter
Wait, can you
5.
send that to me, though?
I think it's Ephesians 5.
It's alright, we just...
Welcome back to I'm not the only one who can't say.
Wait, I got it. I'll say welcome back to the Tacenda podcast.
Is it Tacenda or Tacenda? We haven't decided on that. Tacenda.
Tacenda. Alright, I can say Tacenda, and then you say
Tacenda. Oh, you're just gonna say the one word?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to the
Tacenda
podcast, episode 13. Let's start off with a Bible verse. This is Ecclesiastes 7:15 through 18. I have seen everything in this meaningless life, including the death of good young people and the long life of wicked people. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? On the other hand, don't be too wicked either. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time? Pay attention to these instructions, for anyone who fears God will avoid both extremes.
Alrighty, now it's my turn for the simple sports suggestion. My title for this week is Politics versus Sports.
Yeah.
Most of my last few takes have been centered around the NFL. I will admit I am more of a football fan than most other sports. Yet, today I will give my opinion on something that affects every single sport. Hockey, football, baseball, basketball, boxing, NASCAR, golf, even simple old ice skating, swimming, and track are all affected by this, the woke agenda. Now, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, there are certain fundamental things we should all be able to agree upon. And one of these things is the neutrality of sports. Here are three reasons. First, sports are an escape. Games are specifically scheduled in evenings and on weekends so that the average working adult, or I guess average working American, can relax, sit on the couch, and gain some weight eating Oreo cakesters, which I don't recommend doing. Sports were meant to entertain and relax, not indoctrinate and re-educate. They soothe the soul and cure it of the day's trouble. That was me. Quoted by me. Second, sports are not a place of intellectual growth per se, but rather a growth of the physical body and character of that person. Sports teach determination in face of adversity, self-control in frantic situations, perfection in the small things, and teamwork in a competitive world. These are the basics of sports, and they must not be undermined to progress an agenda. So when I say sports aren't for intellectual growth, I mean sports shouldn't be part of your traditional education, right? It should be something separate, something that teaches you how to handle difficulties in life. It should be a teaching in life, which should, a lesson in life. Like, all education should be like that, but nowadays education means something completely else. So we shouldn't be trying to jam a certain belief down people's throats, especially during sports, whether that's the right opinion or the wrong opinion. We shouldn't be talking about anything political or any of that stuff on the field, right? Because we don't want to hear that. We can turn to CNN or Fox News if we want to hear that. So that's my opinion. Third, the woke agenda doesn't work and is false. This specifically relates to sports. I do not know why this is controversial, but men and women have biological differences. Men should not play in women's sports, just as women should not play in men's sports. To say there is a significant racism in their sports is also false. For example, in the NFL, the players who are the highest paid and most important are 70% black. This isn't racist, it is simply hiring whoever is best for the job. There are other instances of pro and college sports folding to this new, unproven, and unrealistic woke agenda. My suggestion is to stop. It isn't profitable, it isn't popular, and it isn't right. stop playing politics and start playing sports. And that is my take.
I 100% agree with what you just said
Mhm.
because nothing infuriates me more than to watch a game. And I sit down on a Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. to watch a soccer game
Yeah.
and see the soccer players doing some like sort of taking a knee or whatever for some
Right.
political reason. What they do in their off time, there's a lot of people like, well, I don't like this team because their quarterback is has whatever political opinion, or I don't like that team because their goalkeeper has this political opinion. That honestly kind of annoys me because I'm not sitting there to watch a team's like political opinion. I'm sitting there to watch the team play the sport for the sake of watching the sport.
Yeah.
I understand people getting involved, like in the, like there are some people like, oh, this guy has a really solid character. He plays that sport well.
Right.
He has these
Character
like,
is important.
character is important, and so oftentimes like character can get tied up into outside stuff. But I try to keep sports as separate as possible because then like if I let politics get in there, it ruins the sport for me.
Yeah.
There's so many like especially soccer. A lot of because worldwide you can go to different regions and watch different soccer, and different regions have different like views. So
Yeah.
if you bring politics into that, if I don't like that view, that means I don't like the soccer in that area. Anyways, it's what you just said was 100% correct.
Yeah.
Sports are also like the majority of the time the only reason you're in that sport is because you're good at it, which is something I feel like we're trying to kind of like help people along, even though they
Right.
shouldn't be that position. Like, oh, we'll push you forward. You don't have to stand on your own legs. We'll stand you up. But sports is very much if you're not good enough to be here, get out of here, which I like. It feels very kind of clean/real. It's like the reason this guy's playing forward is because he is the best on the team at playing forward right now.
Yeah.
Not because the coach is like, oh, you have this lifestyle, you're from here, you do that, you get to be forward.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just what you said is 100% true. I agree with that.
Any opinions from the bench?
Do you
play golf.
think that like using sports for I guess to promote your beliefs is a bad thing?
Depends on how you're promoting your beliefs, right? So, and it also depends on the beliefs. Now, we can have an argument on which beliefs are right and wrong, but there's certain beliefs that no organization will allow, like the belief that Nazism is good. No league would allow you to say that in any form on the field. Like if you wear a headband saying, I don't know, whatever, right? They wouldn't allow you to say that. Now, so if there's a few like charity's a little bit different, right? I think you can openly. What I'm trying to say is you can have your beliefs. You're supposed to have your beliefs, and I encourage that. But you need to keep your beliefs off the field, as your political beliefs specifically off the field. Like, of course, you can have your religious belief. You can wear a crucifix. You can. I don't know how Hinduists or Buddhists or other religions symbolize their belief, but I think it comes down to certain beliefs are right, certain beliefs are American, and we need to make sure that traditional beliefs are okay, like the national anthem. I don't know why this is also controversial, but that's a traditional belief of patriotism in one's country. I think that belief is okay, right? Because we play in America. It's a Christian country. Well,
Used to be.
it used to be. You're playing in America, so you need to pay tribute to the country, right? And you do that through the national anthem. But I don't think we should be doing like this social justice reform is very political. So I don't think the NFL should be trying to push that, right? Because it's political, and I don't want to hear about that when I watch football. All I want to see when I watch football is just to see grown men
Tackles.
Yeah, grown men hit each other at full speed legally. Okay. So yes and no. It's like traditional beliefs. I want to be careful when I say this. I want to.
Maybe you shouldn't get into religion.
Yeah, let's not get into
No.
this right now. But yes and no. It's a complicated subject.
I think kind of what Morris is talking about is I may be wrong. When I was a kid, I went to a Christian sports like baseball camp. So I think he's maybe asking whether you should have Christian baseball camps. I think that is okay, but
So-
it's like when it's just the sport itself, because you're like baseball, it's not Christian baseball. You're watching baseball.
That's a little bit different, and also varies sport to sport. So
Yeah.
I'm talking about big leagues, and nowadays college sports are so big as well. They're essentially their own leagues.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the big stuff in professional athletes who do this as a living, and they have a camera on them essentially all the time. Now, like I said, it varies sport to sport, but I don't enjoy turning on the TV and seeing some story about how we're all terrible people and we need to do this to get better. We need to vote for this person. Like, I don't mind the president coming on and like before the Super Bowl and saying something, as long as he just keeps it out of politics, because I really don't care if he says something or not. Just keep it to the sport and watching the sport. Of course, there's certain beliefs that you cannot go without, like patriotism or stuff like that.
Patriotism is very key. When the Queen died, all of England, they canceled all their soccer games. Everywhere in the UK just canceled it. And then this entire season, they wear a black armband just out of respect, which is like, that's fine, because that's
Right.
that's a very much, the entire country's involved. And it's not like, yeah, anyways, that's just,
And that shouldn't be a controversial
It
or
shouldn't.
political issue. And I
It's-
hope and it's probably not in England, but like I said, here in the U.S., for some reason, singing the national anthem and standing for it was a controversial opinion, which I don't. Like I said, that's getting to the. I don't want to dwell on this for too long.
They're the same, essentially, because the Queen dying or them wearing the black armband isn't like a religious or political statement. It's a statement out of respect for her. Same thing for the national anthem. It shouldn't be
Right.
politicized or criticized for its religious
Or political,
parts or whatever
racial,
to
whatever
it.
you want to
It's
call it.
just out of respect for the people who made this country.
Right.
Like, you stand for the national anthem.
Exactly. Micah, any opinion?
I think ultimately, politics is a stressor, and
Mhm.
sports, like you said, are meant to be entertainment.
Right.
I don't read news stories for entertainment. I
Yeah.
don't get on there and be like, all right, what's wrong in the world today?
Not Ben Shapiro.
But I do read, or I do watch sports for entertainment.
Yeah.
And so I think ultimately it's like, what does the viewer want?
Right.
Where's the market going to triumph here?
Yeah.
Um,
And I do want to say the NFL has lost a lot of its base, not only because of the woke agenda, but because of it's just going soft. So I think if they just stick to traditional football with just a traditional set, that's fine. I mean, it's like I said, it's not the woke agenda, this far left extremist position it's not popular with the average American.
change isn't always good.
Yeah.
Like, if gravity changed from pulling us to Earth to pushing us away from Earth,
Yeah, that would be
we would
pretty
all
bad.
be screwed. If oxygen changed from being good to bad, like, change doesn't equal good.
Well, oxygen in pure form is bad for you.
I know, but like if like the oxygen itself just 100% was like bad. Like, if oxygen and carbon dioxide swap places, that'd be bad. But it's a change.
if Auburn, I'm just going to stop that.
And now for Let Me Explain with Graydon.
Yeah.
Just keep staring at the camera.
So, how many of you have heard of Sharknado?
Unfortunately.
I have. I've heard of it.
No.
No?
Does this have to do something with Shark
It's
Week?
awful.
Dude, you've never
awful
heard of
movie
it?
Series.
All right,
actually
maybe
it's
hilarious
hilarious.
because
It's
hilarious.
entertaining.
Yeah. Have you never heard of Sharknado?
What is it?
Okay, so it's a movie series. Basically, a tornado picks up a bunch of sharks and it goes over cities and it's like firing sharks at people.
Yeah.
And the
They're
sharks
trying
are
to
still
survive.
alive?
Yeah. So, obviously not real. It was CGI. But
Okay.
what is real is a sharkcano. And this is sharks that live and thrive in volcanoes.
No.
Yep. Let me explain.
Oh! Oh, what he did there?
The notorious Sharkano, known as the Kavichi volcano in the Solomon Islands. This volcano gets its name from the sea god Kavichi, sorry. The locals often call it Kavichi's oven. Kavichi is a submarine volcano in the Pacific Ocean and one of the most active around the world. Its officially recorded eruption was marked in 1939, and the volcano has been continuously erupting ever since. Okay, so recently they have dropped a camera down inside this volcano because they wanted to get pictures of it erupting, but obviously it's way too hot for any person to be down there. So they dropped a camera down there and trying to capture these beautiful eruption pictures, and what they caught were not only sharks, different types of sharks, but also different types of fish and manta rays of some kind, I believe. And I forget how they actually got a hold of like the DNA, but they tested these animals and found that they were actually thriving in this underground, this like under volcano bubble almost. But no human could actually get that close because the water is actually acidic. And so it's baffling people because they still have no idea why they're thriving down there. But it's baffling people about how these sharks and other marine life are surviving, and there was jellyfish too, are surviving in this acidic under volcano like cavern.
That's so weird.
So-
Because,
Go ahead.
because like the levels in the water and stuff are very important to like things that live in the water. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's like if you mess with the oxygen and air up here, like you
Right.
change a little bit of it, we're done.
Like, they're just there as it's erupting. Like, they're just it's crazy.
So to be clear, the volcano is underwater, right?
Yeah, it's called a submarine volcano.
Right. I've heard of those, but is it? You said like underground volcano. What does that mean? I mean, I know what. So is it like
No,
underneath
not,
the
I didn't mean underground. It's
Sorry.
underwater.
right
Submarine
underneath
volcano.
the surface of the ground underneath water?
It's
Gosh,
not.
that was
It's not
sentence.
underneath. It's not underneath the sea floor.
Okay, so it's like
It's above the
It's just
sea
underwater.
floor, but it's under the water.
right. Okay, just to be clear.
It's
That's
the
crazy.
type of islands that created Hawaii and
Yeah.
those things.
Let him
That's
explain.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? Yeah.
No, that's it.
You know, that's a funny coincidence because you talking about sharks. I was literally about to tell Morris about a video I saw
We're
about a
not
shark
done.
before we
I
started.
stretch.
Sit down.
Welcome
Sam,
back to the
sit
stretching.
down.
I will be teaching the Tacenda yoga class.
Wait a minute.
Tacenda, yoga.
Yoga.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're getting canceled.
Quit that.
You can't post that.
Dude, still saying it to me.
Can I do the yoga class though?
The yoga.
Yes.
Can I sign up for the yoga class?
Yes, you can sign up.
My mom's gonna be here in 3 minutes.
Okay,
Gotcha.
well, and
Alrighty, guys.
Let me explain.
kills me.
Simple sports suggestion. Micah's take. Maurice yoga. We need. And you gotta have one.
Yeah,
I'll come up with one. Let's see. I
It
could
should be like one
Survival
of
with
those
Dane.
survival.
Daniel survival skills.
No,
either
like
that
the
or I could
survival,
do
like,
Danny Boy's
training
War
dudes.
College. I could do that.
Story time with Daniel.
No, no.
So
No,
in
no.
1968.
You know those guys that will like post video like, dude's got a gun to your head. What are you doing? That's what Daniel's doing.
Just
It's a simple maneuver.
No, I would just be like, just get
And it takes
what do you do? It's just
10
like,
steps.
just like whatever stuff.
Alright. We gotta
10
record a
steps.
closing.
You gotta do this.
Okay,
And
okay.
that.
Have you seen the videos where they do that and then some guy tries it and he like moves his hand and then he's like in heaven? He's like,
Alright, let's record a closing real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
he's like,
Sit! Well, that's it for the podcast. Thank
That's
you for
it?
joining.
that's it.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
done.
That is it.
Alright.
Thank you.
One episode.
Please leave a
So
comment
much
for
time.
me in the comment section.
Or for
Again,
me.
shout out to all my supportive fans and Rolex. We would love
No,
a
that's
sponsorship.
That's not Rolex, but we would love a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Rolex.
Y'all sponsored the PGA. When is our turn?
When's our turn? And with the Daily Wire, if you guys could feature us, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Pretty please. We're struggling.
And good.
Game call. your phone
Texting
again,
on
Brayden?
set.
Morris, on your phone again? I don't even have a phone to
Wait,
be
where's
on.
my phone?
Ooh! I'm not gonna do a 2-year-old.
Do you have any games, Micah? I can
So
play?
many
games.
You got
let's see how
games
many I
notification
got.
center.
Okay,
All right, we're ready?
I actually turned off my ESPN, so I don't have a lot.
Dude, there's this video of a
He just told you personally. I would not take that disrespect.
Okay.